All right, in this video, we are going to set up DNS. So DNS is your domain name system. And this is pretty important. This is kind of low-level stuff if you're not used to it. Kind of makes the internet go, so to speak. And if you've got your own domain, this is going to vary a little bit. You are looking at the settings for my personal domain, springframework.guru, and we're going to set up a subdomain here. And what we want to do is get rfb.springframework.guru to point over to our Apache server. And to do so, we're going to create a CNAME record in my DNS settings. And one word of caution here, I am using Cloudflare, and it's actually a free service. It does bring a lot to the table. It's a really cool service. I'm a big fan of it. It's helped out my site because it does also act as a CDN, and it helps my personal site, my blog site, perform better around the world because it is a content delivery network. Now, if you just set up your domain name with like GoDaddy, chances are your DNS records are going to be hosted there. I did register my domain with GoDaddy, and I had to tell GoDaddy to have my DNS servers hosted with Cloudflare. So they are the registrar of the domain. I told my registrar to use Cloudflare for my DNS provider. One point in time, I was using Amazon Route 53, which is also an awesome service. Cloudflare does have some advantages. I'm not going to get into that right now. But what we want to do in this is we're going to set up a CNAME record. So we remember over here in our console, let's take a look at our, where we're at, instances. So here's our server running. There's our public DNS record. I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. And let's come back over to Cloudflare. And I am going to add a record. And what I want to do is do RFB. So that's the subdomain I'm setting up. And I'm going to add this in. Automatic. And we want to make that a CNAME record. So this is going to say the subdomain rfb.springframework.guru is going to point to this domain, and automatic TTL is time to live. So I'm going to leave that to automatic, and I am going to say not to go through Cloudflare. So that's going to set up and go directly to the server, which is what we want there. I'm going to add this record. Now, just the way the DNS works, it can take some time. I might not see this right away, but in theory, we should see that pretty quickly. I'm going to come over here. Let's still got this up. Let's clear this. Okay, so NS lookup is not on that. So what I can do is a Command T, and now I am on OSX. I can do an NS lookup RFB dot. And now we can see that it did propagate. So I am going against Google's DNS servers off my personal system. So 8888, that is Google DNS. And so Google already picked it up. And like I said, it depends on where you're at in the world. This can actually take some time to propagate properly throughout the entire internet structure. But this did get picked up fairly quickly, and we can see that my domain, my subdomain, rfb.springframework.guru, is already registered with the Google DNS servers and is resolving back to that. So we are all set up on our subdomain now, and next thing we need to do is get the Docker container downloaded, installed, and running.